Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that constantly challenges our peace, where disappointment, loss, and uncertainty often shake our spirit, becoming mentally strong is not just a goal. It's a necessity. True strength doesn't come from muscle or power. It comes from mastering the mind. There are 3 powerful steps that can guide you toward this strength. The first step is awareness. To be mentally strong, one must first understand the mind itself. Observe your thoughts as they arise. Don't fight them. Don't label them as good or bad. Simply notice them. Every thought is like a cloud passing through the sky of your awareness. When you see it for what it is, it loses control over you. The moment you become aware, you stop being a prisoner of your emotions. You realize that you are not your anger, not your fear, not your sadness. You are the one who observes them. That awareness is your true power. The second step is acceptance. Life will not always move according to your plans. People will disappoint you, situations will test you, and pain will come when you least expect it. But mental strength grows when you stop resisting reality. Acceptance is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's saying, this is what it is right now, and I can still find peace within it. When you accept, your heart softens and your mind clears. You stop wasting energy fighting what cannot be changed, and start focusing on what can. That calm acceptance gives you unshakable stability. The third step is detachment. To be mentally strong, you must learn to let go of outcomes, of expectations, of things and people that no longer serve your growth. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means loving deeply without clinging. It's about giving your best to life without being destroyed when things don't go your way. When you let go of attachment, your mind becomes light, free, and fearless. You stop being tossed around by every emotion, and you begin to live from a place of inner freedom. Awareness opens your eyes. Acceptance opens your heart. Detachment sets your spirit free. Together, they form the foundation of true mental strength. A strength that no storm, no failure, and no pain can ever break. Awareness is the very first and most essential step toward becoming mentally strong. It begins with the simple, yet profound realization that your thoughts and emotions are not who you truly are. They are movements of the mind, temporary, ever-changing, and often beyond your control. But within you, there exists a quiet observer, a presence that can notice each thought as it rises and falls. This awareness is your true strength, because it separates you from the chaos within your own head. The moment you become aware of a thought, it loses its power to dominate you. You see it for what it truly is. A passing wave in the vast ocean of consciousness. Most people live in a constant storm of thoughts and emotions. They react to every situation without realizing that their reactions come from an unconscious mind. When you begin to cultivate awareness, you step out of that storm. You start watching your inner world, like an observer watching clouds drift across the sky. You notice anger when it arises. You feel fear without letting it consume you, and you recognize sadness without drowning in it. This observation changes everything. It creates a space between you and your emotions, and in that space, you find peace. Awareness doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing your emotions. It means understanding them. It's about seeing your thoughts as messages, not commands. When you observe a thought like, "I'm not good enough," awareness helps you recognize it as just a thought, not a truth. The mind creates stories based on past experiences and future fears, but awareness keeps you grounded in the present moment. It allows you to respond to life with calmness rather than reaction. This practice takes time and patience. It requires mindfulness in daily life, when you eat, walk, speak, or even breathe. By bringing your full attention to the present moment, you begin to notice how the mind operates. You see the patterns of worry, desire, and attachment, and with this understanding, they begin to lose their hold on you. Awareness transforms confusion into clarity and chaos into calmness. It empowers you to face life with stability and wisdom. Through awareness, you awaken to your true self, the stillness that exists beyond thought, beyond fear, and beyond suffering. Emotional control through observation is the next step toward becoming mentally strong. It is not about suppressing or denying what you feel, but about understanding the nature of your emotions and responding to them with awareness. When an emotion like anger, jealousy, or fear arises, the ordinary mind reacts immediately. It either explodes outwardly or tries to push the feeling away, creating more tension inside. But when you observe your emotions without reacting, you begin to transform them. Observation brings light into the dark corners of the mind. The emotion may still be there, but it no longer has control over your words, decisions, or peace of mind. Every emotion is energy moving through you. If you try to fight it, it grows stronger. But when you simply watch it, without judgment or resistance, it begins to dissolve on its own. For example, when anger arises, pause and feel it fully, its heat, its pressure, its restlessness. Do not act on it, just witness it. This witnessing breaks the automatic pattern of reaction that most people live under. You realize that you are not the anger itself. You are the awareness behind it. That realization gives you power. It's like standing on the riverbank, watching the current flow, instead of being swept away by it. This ability to observe emotions is what creates inner balance. It gives you the power to choose your response, rather than being a slave to impulses. You start to understand that emotions are temporary visitors. They come, they stay for a while, and then they go. The stronger your awareness, the faster they pass. When you don't feed emotions with negative thoughts or reactions, they lose their grip on you. This is how peace begins to grow within you, not by changing the world outside, but by mastering the reactions inside. Through observation, the mind becomes calm and clear. You begin to see things as they are, not as your emotions color them. Relationships improve, decisions become wiser, and challenges no longer shake your stability. You discover that emotional control doesn't mean feeling less. It means feeling deeply, without losing yourself in what you feel. The more you observe, the freer you become, and this freedom is the foundation of true mental strength. Acceptance of reality is a powerful practice that transforms the way we experience life. Most of our suffering comes not from what happens, but from our resistance to what happens. When something doesn't go our way, we fight against it in our minds. We replay situations, blame ourselves or others, and wish things were different. This inner resistance creates tension and pain. Acceptance means seeing things as they are, without denying or running from them. It is the wisdom of understanding that life unfolds according to its own rhythm, not according to our personal expectations. When you accept reality, you stop wasting energy on what cannot be changed, and start using that energy to respond wisely. Acceptance is not weakness or surrender. It doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement or stop caring about the future. It simply means you stop fighting against the present moment. When pain comes, you acknowledge it. When loss happens, you feel it fully. But you do not let these moments define your worth or control your peace. This attitude allows you to stay calm, even when life becomes uncertain. You realize that peace doesn't come from a perfect life. It comes from a peaceful heart. Acceptance brings that peace because it aligns you with the truth of what is, rather than the illusion of what you wish things to be. Every experience, even the difficult ones, carries a lesson. Acceptance helps you see those lessons clearly. When you accept challenges instead of rejecting them, your perspective changes. Problems turn into opportunities for growth, and pain becomes a teacher that strengthens your character. You begin to understand that everything that happens is part of your journey, shaping you into who you are meant to become. Resistance blinds you, but acceptance opens your eyes. It allows you to see beauty even in hardship, meaning even in loss. When you live with acceptance, you develop inner stability. You no longer get easily disturbed by what people say or do, because your peace no longer depends on external conditions. You learn to breathe through chaos, to smile through uncertainty, and to trust that every situation, pleasant or unpleasant, is temporary. This calm acceptance creates mental strength, emotional balance, and a quiet confidence that nothing in life can easily shake. Detachment from outcomes is one of the most powerful yet misunderstood principles of mental strength. It doesn't mean becoming careless or indifferent. Rather, it means learning to give your best to every moment without being enslaved by the result. Most suffering comes from attachment to people, situations, achievements, and expectations. When things go as planned, we feel joy. When they don't, we feel broken. This constant dependence on results makes the mind restless. Detachment frees you from this cycle. It allows you to stay balanced, whether success comes or failure. You continue to act with sincerity, but your happiness no longer depends on the outcome. When you practice detachment, you begin to understand that nothing in this world is truly permanent. Everything changes. Relationships, possessions, opportunities, and even emotions. Holding too tightly to any of these creates fear and anxiety, because the mind is afraid of losing them. Detachment replaces fear with freedom. You learn to appreciate what you have without clinging to it. You can love deeply, work passionately, and dream fearlessly. But when it's time to let go, you do so with grace. This is the essence of inner peace, to be fully involved yet completely free. Detachment also teaches humility. It reminds you that you can control your actions but not always the results. You plant the seed, but the rain and sunlight are not in your hands. When you understand this, you stop forcing outcomes and start trusting the flow of life. You act because it's the right thing to do, not because you crave recognition or reward. Such an attitude brings clarity and contentment. It keeps the mind calm in both gain and loss, victory and defeat. Through detachment, you begin to see that true happiness comes from within, not from circumstances. You no longer chase after validation or external approval. Your focus shifts from what I will get to what I can give. This shift changes your energy completely. It makes you resilient, peaceful, and grounded. Even when the world around you changes, you remain centered. Detachment doesn't take away your emotions. It refines them. It gives you the strength to love without fear, to work without stress, and to live without the burden of constant expectations. Inner peace through letting go is a practice that allows the mind to rest in its natural state of calm and clarity. Most people live with a constant mental noise, regrets from the past, worries about the future, and attachments to how things should be. This restlessness prevents peace from blossoming within. Letting go is not about losing everything. It's about releasing the mental grip we hold over people, memories, and situations. When you let go, you stop trying to control what is beyond your reach. You stop forcing life to move according to your desires and begin to flow with it. This surrender brings a sense of lightness, as if a heavy burden has been lifted from your heart. The mind often clings to pain, replaying the same stories again and again. It holds on to anger, guilt, and disappointment, thinking they define who we are. But peace comes only when you release these emotional weights. Letting go means forgiving yourself and others, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. When you stop holding on to resentment, space opens within you for healing and joy to enter. Every breath becomes easier. Every moment feels lighter. You start realizing that peace is not something to be found outside. It is what remains when you stop holding on to what hurts. Letting go also means releasing expectations. Life rarely unfolds exactly as we imagine, and the more tightly we hold on to our plans, the more frustrated we become. When you let go of control, you begin to trust life's natural rhythm. You start seeing beauty even in uncertainty. You understand that every ending is simply the beginning of something new. In this trust, your mind becomes quiet and your heart open. You start living fully in the present moment, instead of being trapped in the past or anxious about the future. Inner peace doesn't mean you escape challenges. It means you face them with a steady heart. Letting go allows you to respond with wisdom instead of fear, compassion instead of anger. You stop reacting to every disturbance and start moving with a quiet confidence. This is the freedom that comes from letting go, the freedom to live, to love, and to be at peace with whatever life brings your way. Strength through balance is the natural result of awareness, acceptance, and detachment working together in harmony. A balanced mind is neither overwhelmed by emotions nor indifferent to them. It feels deeply yet remains steady. This balance is what gives rise to true mental strength. When you cultivate awareness, you begin to understand your inner world. When you practice acceptance, you make peace with reality. And when you learn detachment, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Together, they create a state of calm clarity where you can respond to life with wisdom instead of reaction. Balance is not about avoiding life's extremes, but about staying centered, no matter which way life pulls you. In moments of difficulty, a balanced mind acts like a strong tree, its roots deep in the earth, unshaken by storms. You may experience anger, sadness, or fear, but you no longer lose yourself in them. You acknowledge their presence without letting them control your actions. This emotional stability allows you to make better decisions and maintain peace, even when situations are uncertain. When you are balanced, success does not make you arrogant, and failure does not make you hopeless. You remain grounded, seeing both as parts of a larger journey. Balance also means understanding that life is a mixture of joy and sorrow, gain and loss, growth and decline. Trying to hold on to only one side creates frustration. When you accept both with equal grace, you stop fighting against the flow of existence. You realize that every experience, pleasant or painful, has its own purpose in shaping you. This understanding brings harmony between your heart and mind. You no longer swing between extremes of excitement and disappointment, because you know that both will pass. A balanced person radiates calmness. Their energy brings peace to those around them. They handle challenges without panic and success without pride. This steadiness is what makes others trust and respect them. It is the mark of inner maturity. Balance gives you the power to live with mindfulness and compassion at the same time. To be firm yet gentle, strong yet kind. When your inner world is balanced, no external chaos can disturb you. This is the essence of mental strength, to stay peaceful, aware, and free in every moment, regardless of circumstances. Thanks for watching.